Hello, this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you have joined me here before. I have got to show you today two first looks from Diamond Art Club. What that means is that these kits were allocated to me as sneak peeks, but unfortunately they did not come into stock in time for me to show you them before they were available for purchase, so I'm putting them up as a first look now. I've just checked the website and both of these are currently out of stock. They did come out quite a few weeks ago now. So plenty of you watching may have already snagged these for yourselves. Feel free to drop a note in the comments and let me know your thoughts on them. But yeah, you can sign up for notifications. So if you like what you see when I'm going through this and you haven't picked them up yet, put your email in the box and DAC will send you an email as soon as they come back into stock. So these kits are both made with square drills, and I have got for you Hummingbird and Fuschsia by Greg Giordano. Stumbling over my words there. This one is a 55.8 centimetre by 75.9 centimetre painting. It has got 78 colours, which includes 2 ABs and 3 fairy dusts. So this one is a nice kind of medium-sized painting, whereas this one here is getting on towards the big and the beastie painting category that I like to categorise paintings into. This is Neon Vibes Sea Turtle. This is by the artist Sheena Pike, and it's 86.9 by 65 centimetres. And on the side you can see this one has 101 colours. Wowzers. Including 3 ABs and 3 fairy dust diamonds. So I'm going to take a look at both of these in this video, and thank you very much as ever to Diamond Art Club for sending these over to me before I forget to say that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a kind of a full unboxing, if you like, of one of them where I show you the toolkit and everything, and with the other one I'm just going to do a deep dive into the actual canvas and drills. You know, I'm not going to show you the toolkit twice. So I think I'm just going to do these in the order they came out, and I'm pretty confident that this one came out first. So we're going to look at this one first. So I'll put this lovely bright and vibrant sea turtle to the side. Can't wait to look at the colours in that one. If you know anything about me, I am always harping on about bright colours in diamond paintings, and neons get me particularly excited, so yeah. But that is not to diminish this one, which may not have neon colours, but it is really colourful and really pretty. And the artwork had an almost kind of photo effect. I'm not sure, I think that this is traditional art rather than a photograph, but I'm not entirely sure, because you had that kind of focusing effect on the hummingbirds, and then some of the flowers in the background had a kind of blur because they were just slightly out of focus, if that makes sense. And that has come through so well in the rendering from what I've seen, so I'm looking forward to taking a look at this too. Okay. So Diamond Art Club kits come with the picture wrapped around the box, as you can see. You will also find a full picture of the artwork here, another one on the side, and then a teeny tiny one on a sticker on the bottom. So whatever way you store your paintings in your cupboard, you should be able to arrange them so that you can see which one is which. So I'm going to slide this sleeve off. And inside you will find this sturdy box. And then inside that, your goodies will come inside this tray, which again has a pretty sturdy feel to it, which is all relevant because, you know, sometimes paintings take a battering on the way to you in the post, and there are many layers of protection for your diamond painting. So you will find your diamond painting and drills inside this dust cover bag. Here is the toolkit that I mentioned, and then this pouch as well also contains very important goodies. So we're going to look at all of these for this kit. And as ever, I like to start with the toolkit. So Diamond Art Club toolkits are standardized. You're going to get the same toolkit for every kit you buy. The only exception being that if you buy a very small kit, you will find that you have a smaller tray. So, just fighting with a Ziploc bag there. That one was a bit stubborn. Inside the bag, you will find a roll of baggies, always useful to have. And you will find what Diamond Art Club refers to as their twist and pick applicator pen. You'll notice straight away that it's got a bit more of an ergonomic feel to it compared to your classic kit pen. It's got a nice feel in your hand. It's got, you know, that little bit more weight to it than one of those hollow plastic ones. It's got a 4-placer set in this end for you, and this is a standard pen end, so any placer that you have that has a push-in function should fit in here. And then on this end, if you take the lid off, this is where that name comes from. You'll see that we have got wax preloaded into here. You've got your standard brass tip, and what you're going to do is just twist it. And that is going to push some of this wax up the nib so that it comes out the top. Pinch off any excess, we don't want that. And now you are ready to go with your single placer end. This is refillable as well, so once you've twisted it as far as it can go and you can't get any more out, you can untwist it and refill this chamber. So, you know, this is going to last you for a while. And then we have the tray. It's got a little mark on it, never mind. So these are stackable, meaning that they're designed so that if you have several of them, they will sit neatly on top of each other. They've got space there as well for a label if you want to kit up directly into these trays, as I've seen some people are starting to do now. They've collected quite a few of them. It's branded on the side there. And what you do is you slide off this lid, and then the stopper will come out once the lid is removed. Inside you will find more of that clear wax that was in the pen. You will also find some pink wax, just in case you prefer the original formulation of wax that they used to send. I mean, they're still sending it, aren't they, Kat? And you also have a 7-placer in case you prefer that for the end of your pen. And in here you can see that this is just a much bigger tray space than we used to get. You can really line up your drills in here if you're doing a bit of multi-placing, and it's a really nice size. So that is everything you will find in your toolkit. Next up is this pouch here, which says thank you for your purchase. And if you turn it over and pull these flaps together, you can get in like so. I'm going to look at these bits in a moment, but first of all, you can see that all of the useful information that you're going to need to do this diamond painting is on the inside here. So you've got tips and tricks, you've got step-by-step instructions for diamond painting. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Maybe this is your first ever kit. You've got how to use and refill the twist and pick applicator, which I explained a moment ago. You've got kit contents down at the bottom here. And then over here, you've got a QR code for Diamond Art Club's Facebook group. It's called the VIP Facebook group, I believe. It's really big now. It's got something like 50,000 members, and it's a great resource for, you know, sharing images, seeing images of the kits you might want to pick up. It might be the first place you find out about new releases, diamond painting chatter, all sorts of things. So use that QR code if you would like to join. You must have made a purchase directly from Diamond Art Club before in order to be eligible, and they will vet you to make sure that, you know, the name on your Facebook account matches an account that they have. So if they don't match for any reason, you know, if you've got something different as your Facebook name, you may need to drop them a message. And then over here, you've got save 20% on your first app purchase. So this is one of many, many, many discount codes you're going to find when shopping with Diamond Art Club, because in this shop, you do not ever need to pay full price. That's another good reason for joining this group, by the way, because you can find an evergreen discount code in there. But there's also special codes if you're a first-time buyer. There are seasonal discounts quite often, you know, lots of American holidays or holidays that all of us would recognize will often come with really nice discount codes. If you've never bought from Diamond Art Club before and you would like to make your first purchase, you are more than welcome to use one of my affiliate codes if you would like to, and I may make a small amount of commission if you do, so that will go into building this channel. I have CAT20, which will give you 20% off your first ever order, or I have CAT10, which will give you $10 off, or the equivalent in your local currency. Please don't feel obligated, but make sure you're using a code. Literally, never need to pay full price. And you're going to earn rewards points back on your orders, which you can save up and then use to save some money on a kit. So yeah, they have a really generous reward scheme. And another part of that is these Treasure Quest cards. They're a form of trading card that Diamond Art Club brought out a little while ago. So you're going to get one of these in most kits. It's not guaranteed, but the majority of kits do have them these days. It's going to have a border around the outside, and this might be bronze, silver, gold, or black. And this one is a bronze, and if you're not sure, you can turn it over to the back and it will say there as well. So this isn't just a fun collectible trading card, although, you know, they are that. I like to keep mine in a little folder. It's a nice keepsake. These, as I mentioned, are also part of Diamond Art Club's rewards scheme. So if you check out this address here, diamondartclub.com/redeem, it's going to talk you through what cards you would need to collect in order to claim rewards. And it's usually going to be a certain number of bronze, a certain number of silver, and a certain number of gold cards, or a certain number of black cards. And then the rewards are things like really nice big gift cards or a custom kit from DAC. Bronze cards are super common. The majority of us are going to get a bronze card in our kits. And then a smaller number of people will get a silver card, smaller again will get gold, and a lucky few will get black cards. So black cards are super rare, bronze are super common. Just to confirm the scale of rarity there. So yeah, don't be alarmed if you get a lot of bronze cards. These are an added extra rewards program, so it may take a little while to save up for any of these rewards, but they are well worth it when you do. I recently was lucky enough to be able to claim my custom kit, which was very exciting, and you can find a video about that on my channel if you would like to see more about them. But basically, once you've got enough cards, you're going to scratch off this panel. That will give you a code, and at this website you will enter the codes and then you'll make your claim. And then the other thing in that pouch was your sticky labels. So it comes in this kind of concertina effect piece of paper. You've got individually cut stickers here, which are perfect for your logbook. And then on this side, the same again, you've got a nice image of the artwork. And it really does look like a photograph, doesn't it? I wonder, let me see if I can find out. So based on a quick look at his artist profile at Diamond Art Club, there's no mention of photos. So this looks, as far as I can tell, to be just an incredibly realistic piece of artwork. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you know better, because, you know, maybe he dabbles in both areas. But either way, it is so, so pretty. Love it. Okay, and then inside you have got all of the sticky labels to go on your storage pots. 78 colours in this baby, so you're almost definitely going to want to kit them up into some kind of storage pots, and these just make that job a lot easier. You've got two ABs here, a red and a green at the end. ABs have a special glitzy coating on them. They're used for accents in paintings and they're very pretty. And then the three here with a Z in front of them are fairy dust diamonds. They are another form of special drill. They've got like a kind of subtle glitter effect on them. It is subtle. You wouldn't necessarily notice it from a distance, but it helps to add texture and, yeah, accents to the painting. And we've got three of those there. I'm going to have a look later and see if I can figure out where the special drills go in the kit. But yeah, let's crack on and take a look at it. Okay. Let's see, will I manage to open this cleanly today? And the answer is no. The sticky bits come off. It's really variable. Sometimes it comes off neatly, sometimes it doesn't. So here are all of the drills, and look at the colours. You know how I was saying at the start that the neon turtle one was super colourful, but let's not forget the colours in this. That is such a pretty colour palette. Wow, this is going to be beautiful. Your drills are going to come wrapped in a bag like this, and it's going to have a sticker on it so that if you store your drills and your canvases separately, you can match them up nice and easily. I'm going to go through all of these in a moment. First of all, let's take a peek at the canvas. So, Diamond Art Club canvases all come with poured glue, which means that you can roll them back on themselves like this to help them flatten out nice and quickly. You'll also see that it's got some lines going through it. This is actually just through the cover. And what that's going to do is show you where there are perforations in the cover. So a little while ago, Diamond Art Club innovated these covers that have sort of pre-sectioned the cover is pre-sectioned for you. Lost track of my words there. And these mark out the 10 by 10 centimeter squares. So you can just keep it all in one. If you prefer a different way of sectioning your canvas, you know, you could go back to washi tape, you could use release paper. They all work still too. But this is just another way of sectioning it if you prefer, which is a really cool idea. Okay. Here it is. Oh, so pretty. And look at all this blocking in the bottom. This is a painting that has a decent amount of colour blocking. And the reason I get excited about that is simply just because it goes quicker. I personally really enjoy a combination of colour blocking, big blocks of one colour, and confetti, which you're seeing more in these sections where you're going to have to change the colour of drill in your tray very regularly because you've got a lot of detail, a lot of fiddly bits. Like, look at this hummingbird's face. So yeah, a combination of those works really well for me to make paintings move along nice and reasonably quickly without getting too samey. And if you're worried that this looks too blocky for you, then fear not, because the top half is a different story. It still doesn't look like super intense confetti, but yeah. It's got a bit more detail going on in amongst these flowers. I have never seen a painting with like flowers and leaves and greenery that didn't involve some level of confetti. So yeah, you can see here you are going to be changing your drill colour a lot more regularly in your tray. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard to judge before you actually get stuck into a painting, but I do still see small blocks of colour. It's certainly not the most confetti painting I've ever seen by any stretch of the imagination. And these colours are going to be beautiful. I love working on pink flowers because there's just something to do with the way that contrasts against the greenery, which I just find really aesthetically pleasing. These hummingbirds are so pretty. And there is so much detail in them, but you can see, particularly from your viewing distance, because you're seeing this as though from further away than I am because of the effect of the camera, and you can really see how that rendering pulls them together to look really realistic. That's because Diamond Art Club hand renders all of their paintings. They have a very talented team who take the artwork and hand chart it into a diamond painting for us, and that just smooths out a lot of the unnecessary kind of noise and confetti that a computer render can bring. And it can also, depending on the artwork style, just really produce a much more faithful render. That bit does vary, but a lot of us really prefer hand rendering just because, yeah, it makes the paintings really neat. So I'm going to crack on and look at all of the colours now. I'm going to try and whiz through them quite quickly because this video is already going to be long looking at both these paintings, and they both are quite numerous in the colour department. So yeah, I'm going to whiz through those as quickly as I can, and then I will come back and have a look at this painting in a bit more detail with you. Here they are, lots of small strips of drills in this one for some reason. So let me work through a couple of those first off. So we have got 3771, 300, 91, 666, which is one of my favourite colours to work with because it's this bright fire engine red, and then 3781. And then this baby strip of drills has 319, 3347, 913, love that one, 6001 and 754. Next up is the strip of drills that I think has the largest bags of drills on. So these are the colours that you're going to be working with most frequently in this painting. There are 2 bags of 603, 2 bags of 702, 3346, 936, 604. We've got 2 bags of Z907. So this is the first of the special drills. And if I just bring that up closer to the camera, you can hopefully see that subtle glitter effect. It's made with mica powder and it's really pretty. Then we have 602, 3 bags of 3766, 469, 701, 601, AB3819. So that's 2 of the special drills in these big fat bags. Lots and lots of these to play with in this painting. And then we've got 2 bags of 598 and Z718. There was another one. So yeah, we're getting a fair amount of special drill action in this kit. It's a bit hard to see these ones, but it's there. Trust me, I can see it. The next strip of drills starts with 471. Then we've got 3685, 3818, 819, 470, 817, 703, 963, 699, 746, 915, 3607, 677, 937, 605, 3810, love me a teal, 988, 3813, 165 and 700. Then we have 948, 647, 436, 3857, 938, 3778, 356, 6011, 6012, 400, 372, 919, 3830 and 152. And then for the final strip of drills, we have 955, 959, 814, AB606, another lovely shade, 341, 762, 368, 825, 498, 3328, 3862, 3064, 310, 154, 3826, 3722, 437, Z3341 to round off our special drills, 355 and 640. So this painting has some really beautiful colours in it. Now, I'm not going to pan over this one because it's a little bit smaller. What I'm going to do is just try and bring it all a little bit closer to the camera for you so that you can see it that way. Oh, these hummingbirds, the render just looks perfect. I wonder if anyone's done this yet. I mean, it came out a little while ago, but it's only just recently come into stock, so you'd have to be pretty speedy. But I might check in the Facebook group and see. Let's look at these flowers. Such a crisp render. And we've got more of that up here. And then finally the top. That's where I think there's probably a little more confetti going on in the top than there maybe is in other parts of the painting. But yeah. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do for this one is try and figure out where those special drills go. So first of all, I have got the symbol F, which is that orangey red AB, and there's some of that here on this hummingbird. I don't think there's going to be a lot of it because it was quite a small bag. I mean, there's a couple of drills there and there. There's a few here and here. But yeah, I mean, it was a small bag. They couldn't be in that many places. There's a tiny bit up there as well. But yeah, not a huge amount of that one. And then we have that green AB, which was a bigger bag. That's a kind of, I would say, olivey green AB. So that one I see in this patch of greenery over here. There's a bit here on these buds, are they? Yeah, they're buds. And there's some around here. There's a little bit over here and here. I mean, this one is just going to be spread quite liberally, I think, through all of the green patches, because I can see it kind of more or less wherever there's green up there. Not so much down here. I don't think I see any through here, but I do see a little bit on this hummingbird and also on this one. So yeah, plenty of that one. Then we have the purpley fairy dust. And that one is here. So we're getting quite a lot on the birds, which you'd kind of expect. There's also some of it through here. And there's some here. And actually that one is everywhere. That was a big old bag, wasn't it? That's doing a lot of kind of outlining of distinct petals, I think is what that's doing there. So yeah, you're going to have plenty of that in the flowers. And then we have a green fairy dust, which is this little symbol here. And that one, yeah, that's kind of everywhere through the green patches. There really is quite a bit of that. I see that kind of everywhere where there's green. And then lastly, that sort of peach coloured one. Where is that colour in the painting? I mean, there's a couple of them up there. Here it is. So yeah, how many of the special drills have popped up in the hummingbirds? Is it all of them? There's some in this one as well. Yeah, not a huge amount of that one, but it is in a few different places. So that is a hummingbird and fuchsia. As I said at the start of the video, this one is currently out of stock, but you can sign up for notifications. And typically, if a kit sells out reasonably quickly, it is restocked. There's never any guarantees because we don't know the ins and outs of, you know, licensing and all of that kind of thing. But it looks like this one will be back because you can sign up for notifications. So yeah, that was kit number 1. Now I'm going to put all of this away and get out the neon sea turtle. Okay, on to Neon Vibes Sea Turtle, and Charlie has just come to say hello. So I'm just giving him a little bit of fuss first. I know people always enjoy seeing Charlie on my videos. You can see he has grown quite a bit recently. No longer quite as petite as he was. Oh, aren't you gorgeous? Yes. Okay, cracking on regardless. I say that and then he's just too cute to disturb. So this is Neon Vibes Sea Turtle, and as I already covered, it is a fair bit bigger than the last one we looked at. This is Sheena Pike, and I don't think I've ever had a Sheena Pike kit before. So yeah, this one looks really fun. Can't believe how many colours are in it either. 101, just to refresh your memory. Oh, Charlie, why are you so adorable? That was him pushing against my tripod. That makes you less adorable if you're going to actually mess with things. Let me get this out, and he's probably going to skedaddle. But yeah, I don't ever have the heart to make him leave. So let me pull this one out, and this one is a bit tight to come out of the box. So toolkit we've already covered. I'm not going to go through that again. Here is the diamond painting, and let's just have a look in here and see what trading card I got and take a look at the stickers. So they, oh, hallelujah. It's a black card. Oh, I have not had one of these in ages. And was I not just saying earlier in the video how extremely rare these are? One of the things I particularly love about these is that they have a matte effect, whereas all of the others are shiny. And I don't know why, it just makes them really cool. So yeah, black card, that is what they look like. And these are so rare. I am very excited about that. Let's put that to one side though, and in here, if I can get over my excitement, we have all our sticky labels, same as before, so you've got a nice image of the artwork. And then here are all the colours, and they can just fit this many on one set. I think they have now released a kit that went over 102, and I'm not quite sure how they did that. I imagine they had another insert for it. Anyways, lots and lots of colours, and so many of them are going to be bright. It's going to be fun. 3 ABs at the end here and 3 fairy dust drills. Again, I will look at all of those in a little bit. Let's just crack straight on and look at the painting, shall we? So, inside here, we have the drills. Look at them. Look how bright they are. Now there are quite a few darker colours in this one as well. It's going to be one of those paintings where there's darker patches and that really offsets the bright, vibrant colours. So yeah, even though I don't typically go for like really dark paintings, that does not, you know, that really works for me personally when you have bright colours set against a dark background. So yeah, those look gorgeous. Let's take a little peek before I get stuck into all of those. Now, Charlie, you are properly in my way now. You can't see him, he's like just off screen, but he's where I need to put this painting in a second. Mate, I think I need you to be somewhere else, my darling. Come on. Okay. The bulge under the painting is Charlie. Mate, can you move? I'm trying to encourage him off without actually pushing him off. Yeah, I know. See, it feels weird under your paws, doesn't it? That's because you're not supposed to be here. Okay. Now I can pull you out a bit further as well, I think, so you can see most of it. Not quite all of it, but most of it. So, in contrast to the other painting where I opened it and said, oh, actually, this has got quite a lot of colour blocking. I'm looking at this one and thinking, oh, this has got quite a lot of confetti. You have got loads of detail down here with all of the kind of small elements, all of these undersea bits that are quite small and fiddly. And then the turtle himself has got a lot of detail. The top has got a bit of blocking. There is some up there in the kind of sky area and those black silhouetted trees hanging down. That's going to be fun. The black against the bright colours. But yeah, this one is definitely one more for the confetti lovers, I would say. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun to diamond paint. The colours in this are absolutely stunning. And this is making me laugh as well because the legend goes right down to the bottom. I don't know what they would actually do if they had loads of colours on a smaller painting and there just wasn't room for full legends. Maybe they'd have to split it over both sides. Anyways, let's crack on and look at the colours. Oh my goodness, so many colours. You can't see a lot of them that kind of go off the screen, but yeah, wow. Right, I'm going to go through these as quickly as I'm able to. You know me, I usually get distracted and start going off on a tangent, but I'm going to try and whiz through them so that you can look at them without us being here all day. Let me bring you in a little more, and here we go. So we're kicking off with 936, 772, 829, 801, 341, 947, 3609, 163, 700. Then we have 741, 3842, 807, 3746, 3805, 3843, 803, 996, 3811, 552, AB5200. There are 3 bags of that one. That is a white AB, so we've got loads and loads and loads of this one. 3705, getting into the neons. 2 bags of Z162 fairy dust drill. And then 3 bags of 310. So there's not actually a huge amount of it, like relative to the size of the painting. And then 3849, 3848, 3078, 154, 550, 3607, 797, 3809, 796, 3855, 891, 823, 3766. We have 2 bags of that one. 6000, which is one of my favourite colours in the range. 3756, we have 2 bags. 336, 3706, and then 2 bags of Z959. 3608, 3708, 915, 955, 819, AB554 153 799 3765 3806 3824 744 155 6012 718 3341 740 798 Z3804 and 3846. Next strip 333 452 938 890 353 367 340 912 3810 3834 553 3808 600 948 963 742 319 939 820 and AB954. And then the last strip of drills has 712 702 453 498 3860 451 3856 934 3747 3364 400 3823 598 898 435 3363 3371 831 597 and 935. Beautiful colours for a really pretty painting there. Okay, let's take a closer look at the canvas before I figure out where those special drills go. I'm going to try just moving it like this in front of the canvas again, and you'll have to let me know in the comments whether you find this is more helpful or what I would usually do when I pan over it, because this is trickier with a big painting. But it's worth an experiment to see what is easier for you. Okay, so you can see all that detail on the seafloor. Sorry, having to go off at an angle to fit at the end there. And then we have a dolphin. A few small elements of blocking, I guess, at the bottom there, just below the sea turtle. Oh. I need a bigger arm span for this. So we're getting into the turtle himself now. And look at these bright colours framing him. Oh. Oh dear. Here's his face. Oh. He's really cute. Maybe not very true to life. I'm pretty sure they don't come in neon. But who says every piece of art needs to be true to life anyway? And then you've got those bright, bright colours in the sky with a little bit of blocking and these dark silhouetted trees against that lovely sky. Okay. Hopefully that at least sort of worked. But yeah, do let me know what you prefer. Should I do it like that in future when I'm able to just about reach? Or should I do the way I used to do it, where I would pan over it with my camera and put some music to it? Or maybe I'll do a mixture. Anyways, special drill hunting time. So, first of all, there is a purple AB. I think it's going to be trickier to find them all on this one. I will give it my best shot, but things are a lot more spread out. So there is a little bit of purple over here. There is some here on the octopus's tentacles, and there's some here over this, is this like coral or some other kind of sea plant down there? And I'm not sure that there's any other bits of it. I mean, there's a tiny bit there in the sea turtle and there, but yeah, not too much of that one. Then we have a green AB, which is like a diamond symbol, diamond, 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 diamond. Here is some, here is some. There's a bit over here in the dolphin. It's a very multicolored dolphin. And there is a little bit over here. And there's some here in this plant. And a little bit down here. And again, that's kind of all I can see of that one. But then the white AB that there was absolutely loads of, that is this dot symbol. And I mean, you can probably see at a glance where that is. So first of all, down at the bottom, it does outlining of like flower shapes against the background. I think looking at the artwork, it's almost like they're shaped bubbles, but they're just like a shape of a flower against the background without actually being apart from the background, if that makes sense. Anyway, so those are outlined in white, and there's little bits here and there down here. But then when we get over here, there is quite a lot in this kind of wave effect, and another flower bit up there. And then it goes all down here, making the water distinct from the base of the turtle. Loads of it you'll see up in his face, and then outlining his shell, and then again wave effect over here, and then more flowers in the sky. So yeah, plenty of white AB for you. And then the blue fairy dust is like this sort of door type symbol. So we've got some of that over here. We have got some here. There's actually quite a lot of this one, isn't there? It's scattered all through here. It's in these bubbles. It's over here in this coral slash plant and over in this bottom corner. It's here in the wave, in the surf, whatever you want to call that. There's some blobs of it there. It is in the turtle a little bit, not so much. There's a little bit over here at the base of his shell, and again in the wave, and a block of it there. And I think that's it. And then we have that sort of teal fairy dust colour, which is like that squiggly symbol. So there's loads of that through this patch here. It's here sort of outlining these bits of his flipper to separate out the kind of scales. Would you say, did they have scales? I'm not sure, but you know what I mean, I hope. There are little bits over here, little bits down here in the bottom. There's some here in the bottom of the turtle's head, and a little bit over here. And I can't really see any more. I think there's a lot in this strip here, but yeah, I might be missing some of that. And then the last one is Z3804. It's a nice pinky colour, so I'm guessing, yeah. So there's loads of that down here in this front of coral slash plant, in the octopus, and yeah, here it is up here on the turtle, and then also some patches on his face. And I wonder with that one, if it's in the sky at all. No, I don't think so. I think all of the sky colours are just normal drills. Okay, so that's, I mean, at least most of the special drills, even if I haven't quite managed to find them all. So what do you think? It is so bright and vibrant. You know, sea turtles are like this really popular subject of diamond paintings. There's been quite a few. I've had some in the past, but I have to say this one is up there with my favourites just because of the neon colours. Like, I am such a sucker for neon. It's why I really enjoy artists like Becca Tyndall with all the bright colours. So yeah, this one really draws me in. I think it will be really visually effective when it's done. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you picked up this or the hummingbird painting. I would love to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, that's about it from me. So thank you very much if you've made it all this way into the video, for sticking with me. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on it. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, I'd love to have you stick around. So please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.